Well, it's good morning, my YouTube friends. It's Margaret here from Emmy's Orchids. And have you started to get organised with the repotting and checking your orchids as our day lengths lengthen? And this gives the orchids the indicator to start either a new leaf or new root growth. And this is the Casis lemingii. This is the one that flowered, that's the flower spike. And can you see the pseudobulb now developing? And that will need watering today. I do let that dry out now in between waterings. I mean, the temperatures here, well, look at the windows. I mean, I've already been in and wiped the windows clean. 21.2, 64% humidity. That, of course, is the big Laelia anceps, and that's got lots of green growing tips. And if we look here, I have to be careful with this one because this has got the new growth on, and this is the Noble Stanta. This is the one that I had for £10, and that new growth is coming along nicely. Of course, that was the growth it aborted as we were going into winter. And if we go around here, that root has extended. And so like I say, these were watered yesterday, and that of course there is good old faithful. No flowers yet, but I'm hopeful. That's Walkeriana. And this one here, I've elevated to this position. What was on this? Oh, it was Vanda Peaches, and I've moved that. So this is Pastoral Innocence, and I've got two lovely, nice roots formed, and you see it's got new roots in there. Anyway, I was trying to get it wedged in here, and I damaged one of the root tips. And you might think, well, why didn't you just leave it alone? Well, I've got this one here, and this is LC Burmazil Palm, and I'm just a little wary that this rod that crosses the room here with that other hanging container could well be too much. And I thought, well, I'll bring Pastoral Innocence here. It's hopefully got two new growths going to start, and now it's in direct line with this window for the when the sun rises, that's in the east, and when it sets in the afternoon. So, but by then, of course, I will have the curtain up, and that, of course, is the Cattleya Dusky Maid by RLC Blue Strangle. It's awkward trying to just get them positioned right, because of course the Laelia anceps is big, Pastoral Innocence is big, and of course here we've got which is this one, sorry, this is Cattleya persifoliana, and this is quite big. So that's the latest growth, and we've got another small growth. Can you just see tucked behind that root there, coming through? And of course, let me come down a step. This is Cattleya delosa, gorgeous. And look, it's not only got the roots coming under the coconut husk, I think, somewhere there. It's now sending a new root out there, and it looks as though we've got a new growth. And this is one I've just brought over yesterday into this part of the area. You see, look how distressed it is. That was last year's attempt. And I put it on this piece of wood, and it's sending out a new growth. And this is Rincatlianthe, Fushu, Glory, Happy Holiday. So, you know, sometimes we have to accept that you're not going to always get it right. Anyway, so this one here, of course, is, here's another one. Put the label over now, hold on. There we go. And this flowered for me last year, this deep red, beautiful bloom, and this year we've got two. And you can see the little frill just starting to emerge. And that's got new roots. So we'll put that up here, slightly in, so it doesn't actually catch on this one. Down up there in that corner, which you won't see, is Sideria japonica. And we'll come back down again. And I've just brought this Tolumnia just inside the wall rather than actually being on the windowsill. The reason being, it just got a bit cold at night. Last night it went down to 16 in here, and I'm conscious, can you see? We've got another new extension there. And of course, this is the extension here. And that's what'll happen. It'll climb up and climb up and climb up. So I put that just on there. Each has its own little spot. And of course, this is the big one. Got lots of nice roots. This is the Leodora. It always looks dehydrated, this is due to be watered today. That's another Leodora, that's due to be watered today. And only because I didn't get round to it yesterday. And some of these are the Phalaenopsis, which will need checking. I did check a couple of them yesterday, and I'll just go down and you'll see one of them. I can't remember which one it is now. It was a lovely one that had died. So I decided to put the other Stelis Argenta inside this little glass vase, just to try and keep a little bit of humidity there. And I've got to check all these today. And of course these are the Pathiopedilums. That looks as though it's got a leaf that's coming up, but we've got a new one forming there. And so yesterday, if you'll just bear with me a minute, while I just bring them along. Of course that is the one from Mark, and that's Catasetum Orchid Glade Davy Ranches. And can you see down there with a white tip, that's got that little growth is now active. And when we get a sunny day, I will bring that up into the windowsill area. So what I did yesterday, this is the Catasetum pileatum giant yellow. Sorry, yellow giant. And both these, there were two in one pot. And so yesterday I set two and placed them in separate pots. This is the smaller of the two. And I thought, I'm going to keep them steady to allow the roots to go down. And they're actually in charcoal. I'd got some charcoal with like funnel charcoal, got a hole down the middle. So some of the old roots, not many, anchored through this piece of charcoal, and you see, so bear with me. There we go, easy. And I'll put this one back. Now, if there's any sunlight, of course, they'll get the sunlight, and I'll keep my eye on them. And that leaves me a little bit of space there when I want to water the mounts. These are some of the other falls that have been in rescue, but they've all got new leaves growing. And of course, these are some of the other big cattleyas. That one, which is RLC N24, I've put a little bit of coconut husk in there, just to keep it hydrated a bit. This is the Mendelii. This is from Mark, and that's that new growth. That was the one that keeps aborting, as though it's rotting off. And now I'm very careful when I water this now. And of course, maybe we can sneak in there. That's the new growth. Tucked down there. Pink Empress. So here we go, you see. Quite warm in here. This is Dendrobium delicatum. Well, there's two of them. This one's doing very well here. This may well get water today. A new active root growth. And that's Brassocatleanthe. There we go. Now let's just see if we've got any sign of root activity. This will due to be watered today. The reason I'm looking is on the other one, on the other side, I've got a nice new root. So this will have to be watered today. Put that up there. This is what I did with the Vanda, and you see, and I managed to not break that root. But otherwise all these others are coming in active growth now, and what I've done, I've got a bucket over there, and in that bucket I've got some water and some coconut husk. So like this one, I will put some coconut husk in there. Now this is one of those N24. This is the two seedlings. Well, I've got another pot there, and this has got one new growth there. I felt sure I'd seen another new growth. Maybe that's on the other one. So let's be careful and just put that back. There we go. They're doing quite well considering. I mean, our winters are terrible for these plants. This is one, Laelia lobata, and that seems to have settled. I've got new roots down there, and got new growths. So I'm just going to stand that there for a minute, because they're a little bit awkward to get in here. And there we are down there. And we'll come to this area. That's that new growth on Forbesi. And this is one that I mounted. And this one is Lou. Got a new little root there. And that's Cernua. And I've got a new tiny root just coming there. And there we are, you see. Can you hear the banking? I don't know whether you will. That's Keith. He's out in the garden. He's always out in the garden. As soon as January comes, he doesn't wait for the weather. So this is what I did with the other planter. I just put this dendrobium here. And just to see, it's elevated enough and it's not in the way. So I've put that one there. And got a couple of phalaenopsis here somewhere. That's another one. That's the new leaf this time. And that's that one that's got very crinkled. So I've painstakingly took all the old moss out and put some new moss in. And of course this is the other one, that's the Love Castle. And we've got, can you see that little growth? Just there. So I'm desperate to think about what orchids I might purchase, but then I've been anxious not to rush in too quickly, because otherwise I've learned over the years that for my growing conditions I have to wait, I have to be patient till spring. I've elevated Angraecum sesquipedale, just because, and it's tilted backwards because I've got two holes there, and this one seems to be doing fine. This is in semi-hydro, so let's go into the other room. Now the sun is trying to get through, but whether or not it'll break through completely like we had yesterday, and in fact we actually, Keith and I actually sat and had our first cup of tea in the garden. That one was the berry odour I've just showed you. These were watered yesterday, and you see the new growth. And this is a Kingianum. So, and of course this is south facing. This is the one that's got this new growth there. And actually that should actually go that way. I try and keep them in the same aspect as they normally are. So that one goes there. And this one surprised me because I've been a bit worried about this one. And this is Dendrobium Kingzip Red Splash. And like I say, I wasn't sure whether this was a warm grower. Now I've got it here in the bedroom. But look, I've got a new growth. Can you see it there? This one here, that's a new growth there. And if we look here, I've got another new growth just tucked in behind that root. There. And we've got another new growth there. So maybe it was just adapting. And this is the one that had the leaves that had got that little curly green worm in them. And this one, of course, is the Dendrobium thysiflorum. And just see the tip of that root starting to come back to life. Now let's take you downstairs. So these are the cool growers in the hallway, and that moss is still alive. Whether the Tolunia likes it, this cool down here, it's 15.4. It went down to 9.8. But yesterday it had a high of 23.3. At the moment it's 59% humidity. And I did check these the other day. And this is Bomplondii. And you see, the new growths that are coming through are not damaged at all. So I'm quite thrilled about that. This is that Nobly. Now, I have no idea what that is. It's been slowly growing. I don't know whether it's going to be a flower or a keiki, but I'm trying not to water it too much. And it's got roots, and there's nice roots down below. That's Vetchiana, the one that flowered, and that's doing very well. It's got a cracked leaf there, I have to be careful. But it's an old leaf, can you see? And this one is Coriaceae. Can you see that? Nice developing bud. And this one's, sorry, developing but a lot slower. And this is one of the other ones. And that's got a good root system now. And these are the ones I've got in my little vase. So that one there is, of course, garden Bernard Ignia. Why I didn't remember that. There we are. Doing quite well. That is a Restrepia, which has got a new growth, I believe. That one is, I think, that's a Kingianum, and that's a Pleurothallus type. But they're both doing very well. Bear with me. This is that beautiful azalea that Keith bought me for Christmas. And I just water it with what I call my discarded orchid water. And I take some of the leaves, the flowers off. But look, it's been sat here in this south-facing window. And it's lovely. There's the other one. That one didn't fare quite as well. Simple reason was because they potted in peat. And I let this one dry out too. It's a smaller plant, and I forget, and I let it dry out, and unfortunately I nearly let it dry out too much. Another job. It's not a particularly nice job, but it's one of those jobs that are required, and this is the Christmas cactus. Schlumbergia or something, I think it's called, something like that. And we've just got one that's flowering again, and there we go, see? So I've wiped everyone down again. These apparently, are from the orchid family. So I feed these with orchid water. Keep them as dry as I can, but now they've had a good watering, and they should they could well start to bloom like that one is down there for Easter. We've just had this put through the door. Dear resident, it has been identified that your premises is considered to be within 3 kilometres of a confirmed outbreak of avian influenza, also known as bird flu. The government has declared a protection zone and a surveillance zone around the place where disease has been confirmed to help prevent its spread. Oh dear, goodness gracious. Now this morning I'm going to be receiving a huge order. This is the last of the big bargains. And you see the price, £1.80. £1.80. Tubers there, £4.50. Bare root, I've already had some of those, 90p. I've already had some of these, £1.80 from £31.96. Bare root geranium, £1.80. Agapanthus, £3.60. There we are. I've been doing some writing. £5.40. Anemones, 90p. £1.80. One bare root plant rose, $14.99 down to $2.70. Gypsophilia, £3.60. Look at that. There we Another peony, different kind. Gladioli, the green ones, £1.80. Bare root, hedging, that's Keith's, whatever he's going, £9. And autumn flowering, Narines, £3.60. Hollyoaks, now whether we can grow these, I've no idea, they're bare root. And the cyclamen, Hederifolia, Hederifolium, £5.99. And there, 268.23 minus 204.34, £5.99 delivery, total charge £69.88. So I'm going to be busy the rest of the weekend. Right, I've just nipped outside now, just to show the extent of the mild winters that we're having. These are the gazania from last summer. Look, the cymbidium I bring out every day. Look at the bulbs. Of course this area here is south facing, but there we go. Let's go round the corner. Oh, there's Mr. East. Busy?
Copyright.
Copyright. Can you hear him? Invasion of privacy. Privacy. Hold on. Let's just take you around here. Oh, and harassment. Oh, we're getting it all today, folks. Here we go, you see. He's busy elevating everything up. 150 bricks he's had delivered. And he's busy. There we go. So things are starting to come awake. How long it'll take them, I've no idea. Oh, look at this. This, you see, this shrub. Can you just see the little bits of green? Those are the magnolias. It'll have to be a very quick look at the garden because there we go. I'm going to be running out of time. And then Keith's elevated all these up around this area so it's easier to get to. And the little anemones are coming through. And he's got this other area to do here, but everything's looking good. I have to not fall over something because he's... Anyway. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to be busy later after a cup of tea, and I bid you farewell and have a good weekend. Bye bye now.